Oh my god. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, g'day, g'day. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Economics Mate, and yeah, I don't know what to say, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, if you've been kept in the loop about what's going on the Chinese server for Blitz, you would know that they have something called tiered loot boxes. Not tiered loot boxes, sorry, tiered snow globes, and they're right here. This is what it looks like, tiered snow globes. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this, to be honest with you. Um, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Eason has leaked a few things regarding tiered snow globes. He hasn't explained a lot of what's going on with this sort of thing, but you can kind of guess where this is going and how bad it's going to be. What I will say is this is getting out of hand, because you'd think that wargaming would actually learn from the shit that happened and the backlash that happened from WOT PC, and then deciding to introduce such a system into WOT Blitz on the global scale, right, on all the global servers. Now, do keep in mind that the Chinese server is a separate server to all the other servers, right? And it's, yeah, in order to download it, you have to go through a different client, right? I think it's Kong-Q or something like that. I can't remember what the name was. But in essence, the Chinese server is World of Tanks Blitz. It's just for the Chinese server. That's it. It's just for the Chinese region. That's all it is. So basically, a lot of the things that happen on that server, you will see on a global, in the global environment. Now, it's funny how I'm a CC and wargaming barely tells me anything when it comes to this sort of things. They haven't mentioned anything to us CCs about tiered snow globes. Instead, we have Eason here, who is giving us all these leaked information about tiered snow globes. And basically, he explained how it works in sort of a sense, okay? And I believe he explained it in the Water Tanks Blitz official server. Now, I could be wrong. But this is what he said. So tiered snow globes, they are going to be released on the Chinese server soon. They will no doubt be making their way to global servers this winter. Expect snow globes to go from bad to even worse. Now, we do have a summer snow globe event that's coming out. This is going to be separate to this thing. So the snow globes that we usually get on Christmas, the Christmas event with the snow globes and whatnot, what we used to is, if you open 10 of them, you're guaranteed to get the main tank. Now, the main tank usually costs around $250 to $300 if you buy all the snow globes outright, right? And if you get 10 of them, you'll get 10 charms, which will give you the brand new tank outright, okay? You're guaranteed to get it outright, which is not too bad. It's still pretty damn expensive, but at least you're not gambling for it, right? I mean, you kind of are, but you're guaranteed to get a tank when you open a snow globe. The point I'm trying to make with this is, so the way that tiered snow globes are going to be working, according to Eason, is that Leicester apparently had it last year, where they had 3 tanks. The Chinese server is going to have 2 tanks, so the Leopard QUBY and the BZT-70, and that'll be their Christmas event, right? Basically, what you need to do is you have to open the snow globes, a certain amount of snow globes, to guarantee to get a specific tank, which then unlocks the ability to get the next tank, the next reward tank. You have to open another set of snow globes to then get that tank guaranteed. So again, it's exactly like how the Water Tanks PC tiered loot boxes are going to be structured. It's going to be with snow globes instead. And basically that's how it's going to be. So as Eason was saying, you open snow globes, get the first tank, then the second tank will appear in the drop list. So even if you don't give a flying doo-doo about the first tank, as he says, you're forced to get it, and this means it will be more than just 10 snow globes to get the tank you want. It'll be around 15 to 20. So as you were saying, you have to it's not only just the first snow globe, I presume it's going to be, you have to open 10 of them to guarantee to get the first reward tank, right? And then as soon as you get that tank, then you'll be able to get the BZT-70, right? Which is what is going to be on the Chinese server. Now, I can't guarantee that Wargaming is going to release the BZT in the Christmas event, in the snow globes. I don't know. Usually that's what happens with these sort of big release tier 10 collector tanks. That's what they do. They release them during the snow globe event. So maybe there's a possibility, according to Eason, that's probably what's going to be. Now, again, Eason is a data miner. He leaks this stuff, and he's basically just explaining how the tiered snow globes are going to go. Now, is this a good addition to Blitz? Absolutely not. We don't need this bullshit. I mean, snow globes are already expensive as it is, right? They're already expensive as it is. Yes, they guarantee you get a tank from the list, but it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get yourself the reward, or rather the new tank that has been released during the Christmas event. Instead, it gives you the probability of getting that tank. And if you want that tank, you're going to have to open 10 of those snow globes to guarantee that you got to get 10 of those charms. Now, and that's already an expensive endeavor. It's already expensive as it is to do that. It costs like $300-$400 sometimes to do that, to buy enough snow globes to guarantee that you'll get the tank. Now, they're forcing us to pay double, if not triple the amounts in order to get the final or sort of big reward tank. It honestly, like, you'd think, as I was saying before, you'd think Wargaming would have learned from all the bullshit that happened and all the backlash that they got from World of Tanks PC with their tiered loot boxes. So much to the point where a lot of people boycotted the bloody tiered loot boxes, right? And then they even removed Ayuksen from the CC program because he quote-unquote started the whole boycott and was sort of the instigator of the whole boycott, which I personally think is bullshit. But anyway, you would think they would learn. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to be added for sure into Blitz. I really hope it doesn't, but there is a high possibility that this will be what our new snow globes will look like. And if it is the case, I guarantee you there is going to be a lot of questions that are going to be asked and a lot of people that are going to be upset because, well, I mean, everything in Blitz right now is expensive. The monetization is ridiculous, and yet Wargaming want to make it even more ridiculous by introducing these things. Like, why? You don't need to do this, Wargaming. This is not what we want, okay? You need to make money, whatever. There's other ways to do it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. There are so many ways you can make money. And the best way is to, introduce newer tanks or whatever at a cheap price so that everyone has the opportunity to buy them. That's the idea. If you have it cheap, people will buy. Way more people will buy when you have a bigger profit margin. I'm not saying make it a loss leader. I'm saying that make it cheap enough so a lot more people can purchase it without feeling guilty. That's the idea. When you have stupid shit like this, where it's tiered this, tiered that, and you have to open this amount of these snow globes to then get this tank, to then get the opportunity to unlock the next tank, which is the main reward, then you have to open another set of snow globes to then guarantee to get the other tank. At the end of the day, you're probably going to be spending $500 to $600 on just freaking snow globes. Do you see where the frustration comes from? And people say to me why I make videos like this, because I need to address this shit. You can't expect us to just stay quiet and not say that this is wrong, because it is. This is not how you treat the player base. I give Wargaming credit all the time, but in this sense, this is not credit. Credit is not given here, because this is a bad move. This is a bad marketing move. You're just going to make more people angry, and not many people are going to purchase this. But one of my good friends did point something out very, very well. He pointed something out that's, I think, really important, and it's, yes, the type of shit that Wargaming are doing, like this, for instance, is bad and should not be even considered, and is basically unethical, let's face it. But it's the idiots, or the player base who buy these things and pay for these things regardless, because they have the money to do so, or because they're tricked into doing so. So even though a lot of the player base sees this as bullshit and as it's expensive, there are still a lot of the other player base that are still buying this crap, that are spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars, not thousands of dollars, on this crap. And then Wargaming are just taking advantage of this, and they're using this to their advantage, so they keep adding things like this and introducing new things and new ways to make more money that are more predatory now. And yet, for some reason, doesn't matter how much we talk, there's still people that are going to purchase it. So guys, how about you don't spend all your money on stupid things like this, so that Wargaming stop making idiotic decisions like this? That's a thought. Now, I want to make absolutely clear, I'm not calling for you to boycott Wargaming or to boycott Blitz in any way, shape or form. I'm just saying, don't spend a ridiculous amount of money on stupid shit like this, despite the fact you know that it's bad, but yet you still buy. That would be my advice. So please, Wargaming, don't take this out of context or take it out of the blue that I'm telling people to not purchase anything from the store. I'm just saying, let's not get ahead of ourselves here, okay? Let's dumb it down a bit. Let's consider things the way they're supposed to be. And yeah, I guess there's nothing more to say except hopefully Wargaming can rethink whether they should be introducing this or not. Now, I can understand why this will be introduced into the Chinese server because, well, let's face it, I guarantee a lot of people on the Chinese server can afford to splooge on this game. Fair enough. They probably do spend a lot of money on this game, which is why this was even considered in, in the Chinese server. Now, I don't know if it's true for Blitz itself, the regular servers, but if it's introduced, it's going to be a big controversy. I don't know if it's going to be as big as WOT PC, because in Blitz we're kind of used to this bullshit monetization, but again, for those people that are spending all this ridiculous amounts of money on the game constantly, you need to stop. Like, spend money, but be reasonable, because Wargaming will then realize, oh crap, maybe we shouldn't be introducing all these predatory things and dumb it down a bit. So that way, at least they'll listen to us and not make stupid decisions like this. Anyway, the point is, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please tell me in the comments down below. Give me your feedback on this, whether you think it's a good idea, whether you think it's bullshit, whether you're actually going to spend money on this, despite the fact I tell you shouldn't be spending your money on this. Without further ado, look after yourselves, look after your friends and family. Peace in the Middle East, everywhere else in this world, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.